I was thrilled to find out that the gentleman next to me was the guy that wrote that story. And as you'll find out, he's had a very interesting career. I told George earlier that my apologies that we have to rush through a lot of stuff because we could be here all afternoon because he's had such a rich career. But it is my honor to introduce George Gladir, and I'm thrilled to say that we got to know each other very well. So, all right, so I understand that you were a comics fan when you were a kid.
Oh yeah. So happens that my parents were Russian, and they were used to the Cyrillic alphabet, and they could read English, but there weren't any books in English in our household. So right off the bat, when I was 4 years old, my mother was reading Tarzan to me in the Russian newspaper. My father had, would get the Daily Mirror and the Daily News and New York papers, and I perused the comics. And so comics were my outlet for reading back then, before books. I didn't start reading novels until I was around 9.
But you're a unique comic fan because you bought comics before Action #1 came out?
Oh yeah, I have. Whatchamacallit, my father worked on the railroad, and we had this pass, and my mother would make frequent trips to Philadelphia, and she'd always buy me this famous funnies. I think that was the name of it. Right. That had to be the early 30s. It was a big 64-page comic book for a dime, and they reprinted the Sunday comics. So I'm you know, constant reader of that comic book. Yeah, and